now, from the IBA at Winchester, engineering announcements for the radio and television trade. Hello again, welcome to the IBA's engineering announcements for the radio and television trade. Today we talk about independent local radio reception on VHF and medium wave. There's details of a Teletext promotion day to be held in September, and in transmitter news the latest extensions to Channel 4 coverage, and details of new relays at Ostwick, Kevin Maher, Corris, Llangubbi, Ferryside and Trefechan. There's also important information about Crystal Palace in the London area.
Many listeners to independent local radio don't obtain the best reception of the programmes which are broadcast on both medium wave and VHF FM. The medium wave transmitters can provide a good daytime service to listeners with portable receivers who are able to move the position of the receiver with its built-in aerial. But for permanent installations, an external aerial and earth will give better results. The use of an earth wire connected between the receiver earth terminal and the mains earth will help to minimise interference.
A good outdoor aerial in the form of a T or inverted L will quite often greatly improve daytime reception. But the same aerial may bring in distant stations after sunset because of the dissipation of the D layer. The result, interference to reception of the local transmitter. The television equivalent is co-channel interference. The VHF service is not normally subject to this kind of interference, and with its extended frequency response and improved signal-to-noise ratio, it will provide far better programme quality.
To obtain good VHF radio reception, especially when listening to stereo programmes, an external aerial should be used. It could be installed at the same position as the television aerial. The ILR service is designed for local reception only, and the transmitter powers are much lower than the national services of the BBC. Unlike television transmitters, which are co-sited, the radio transmitters are not at the same locations.
This means it's not always possible to receive all programmes with one aerial. A second aerial may be necessary, not only to reduce or prevent noise or hiss, which is predominant in the stereo mode and is almost invariably caused by low-level signals, but because the transmitters may be in different directions relative to the home receiving the programmes. A typical 4-element VHF aerial has a gain of about 5.5 dBs and an acceptance angle of 60 degrees.
It's the use of this acceptance angle which reduces multipath reflections, the equivalent of ghosting with television reception. So the choice of aerial for good VHF stereo reception is as important as the choice of the correct aerial for good television reception.
And now some details about an important national trade promotion. September the 18th is to be a special National Teletext Day, in what promises to be the largest single activity jointly attempted by the industry. The promotion follows on from the excellent work done by the Department of Trade and Industry under the guidance of Rick Foote. But with the government's involvement in promoting teletext now winding down, it's up to industry to take the initiative. Bremer, Retra and Netra, as well as the broadcasters, are combining forces on the big day with on-air promotions, big publicity stands in shopping centres in London, Manchester and Birmingham, competitions in schools and regional newspapers, and of course massive dealer support material, including a special video and a training seminar. There are now about 2.6 million teletext sets in the UK. When the promotion started in 1981, the figure was only around 100,000. Now, we mentioned the other week a small decline in teletext sales last year. So September the 18th is a time to reverse the trend. We'll have more on all this nearer the time.
Transmitter news now, starting with special announcements. In Devon, aerial maintenance continues at Stockland Hill. This means reduced power and occasional interruptions until the end of the month. In Kent, the Dover transmitter is expected to be off until 10 a.m, today, Thursday and Friday. This is also for maintenance work on the aerials.
Moving north, Pontop Pike is liable to reduce power and interruptions for aerial maintenance until the end of July. The same applies to Caldbeck, where reduced power and interruptions will continue until early August. And in Northern Ireland, Bracha Mountain is now expected to be on reduced power until Friday for aerial maintenance.
Important information now for viewers of the high-power main transmitter at Crystal Palace. Today, tomorrow and possibly Thursday, there's reduced power operation, including evenings, while we install new aerial switching equipment. Once this has been done, we shall be able to carry out the complete replacement of the transmitting aerial panels at the top of the 700-foot tower, with minimum disruption to service. This will be done during August, and will involve more reduced power then. We'll let you have more details next week. We've sent out a letter to those on our trade mailing list with full details of the exact schedule. If you haven't received your copy, then please contact us. As always, we'll include full details on our engineering information on Oracle Teletext, page 590 on Channel 4.
Today in Scotland, Gartley Moor will be off until midday for aerial maintenance. And the Newton relay near Hexham will also be off today until midday for aerial maintenance. In Buckinghamshire, the Woburn relay will be off for about half an hour sometime between 10 AM and midday for electricity board maintenance. In the southwest, Swimbridge will be off this morning between 9:30 and 10:30 for an electrical inspection, and Cwmfelinfach in South Wales will also be off between 9:30 and 10:30 this morning for an electrical inspection.
In Yorkshire, the Channel 4 transmitter at Emley Moor will be off between 9 and 11 AM for essential electrical maintenance. This will also affect, as with all main transmitters, the dependent relays. In Lancashire, the Whitworth and Bacup relays will be off tomorrow from 10 in the morning until 3 PM for electricity board maintenance at Bacup. In South Wales, Evelfach will be off between 9:30 and 10:30 AM for an electrical inspection. And in the Borders, Kirkcudbright is expected to be off tomorrow between 9:30 and 11:30 AM for aerial maintenance. This aerial work is weather dependent.
On Thursday, the Fenham relay near Newcastle upon Tyne is expected to be off until midday for aerial maintenance. There's more aerial work in mid-Wales, where the Llanidloes relay is expected off-air between 9:30 and 11:30 on Thursday morning. This aerial maintenance is, as always, weather dependent. And in South Wales, Llanharan will be off between 9:30 and 10:30 AM for an electrical inspection.
Also on Thursday, there's electricity board maintenance at the Rumney relay in Mid Glamorgan, which will be off between 9 AM and 4 PM, at the Chepping Wycombe relay near High Wycombe, which will be off for half an hour between 10 AM and midday, and at the Glengorm relay, which will be off between 9:30 and 11 AM, and a reminder that Mallaig and Castle Bay, the two Glengorm dependents, will also be off.
On Friday in South Wales, Treharris will be off between 9:30 and 10:30 AM for an electrical inspection. And next Monday, the 29th of July, Kidderminster will be off from 9 AM until 3 PM for electricity board maintenance.
New relays next, starting with some delays. The Ostwick relay near Settle in North Yorkshire, originally due on the air in early July, has been further delayed. We'll let you have more information about this next week. And in Wales, there have been problems with 4 relays. Kevin Maher near Rwabon has again been delayed. We'll let you have more details in our next bulletin. Corris near Machynlleth is now expected on the air in early August. And Llangubby near Lampeter is now expected on the air in late August. Finally, Trevachan near Merthyr Tydfil has been delayed because of problems with the incoming signal. More details when they're available.
But in West Wales, the Ferryside relay is due on the air in a week or two. It will provide the Welsh services to about 800 people in parts of Ferryside, and in Llanstefan on the opposite side of the estuary. HTB Wales and TVAM will be on channel 24, with S4C on channel 31. The aerial group is A, vertically polarised. That's the Ferryside relay, due on air in a week or two.
Channel 4 next, and another 2 relays now on the air. In Greater Manchester, Ramsbottom on channel 68, and in Leeds, Headingley on channel 54. Both relays cover populations of 3,500. Expected on the air later this week, in Northern Ireland, Gorton and Lee on channel 31, and Bushmills on channel 47. In Kent, Chatham Town on channel 54, and on the Isle of Skye, Scrieig on channel 31.
And Scrieig's dependent relays, Tarbet Harris on channel 52, Ardintoul on channel 42, and Uig on channel 50 are now expected on air in early August.
Well, that's all for this week. If you have any technical queries or any reception problems, do contact us. Our address, Engineering Information Service, Independent Broadcasting Authority, Crawley Court, Winchester, Hants, SO 212QA. Our telephone number is Winchester, that's STD code 0962 822444. If it's cheaper, you can dial our London number 01 584 7011 and ask to be put through to Engineering Information. Join us again next Tuesday either at 9:15 or 12:15. From Bruce Randall and myself, Murray Nicholson, goodbye from Crawley Court.